Right then guys, so it is indeed the morning after the night before. England somehow, some way have scraped their way to the quarterfinals of Euro 2024. But rather than be all negative, doom and gloom, and talk about how awful that performance was, how bad Gareth Southgate's been, like every other YouTuber's doing at the moment, I thought I'd be a little bit more positive and create a list of what I feel are the top 10 greatest England kits of all time. I mean, that's all we got to be positive about. If we're making kit videos when England are in the quarterfinals, something's definitely wrong. But ladies and gents, I've used Football Kit Archive to help me with this decision. Now, according to Football Kit Archive and the people who vote on there, the most popular kit, according to you guys, whoever votes on there, is the 1998 home shirt, the one they wore at the World Cup in France. Now, people must have a bit of a thing for the 98 World Cup because the least favourite kit on there, with the fewest votes or the lowest star rating, is the 98 home goalkeeper shirt. Am I going to include any of those kits in my list? Well, in a moment we're going to find out, ladies and gents, and if you do disagree with anything I've chosen, put your top 10 England kits of all time in the comments below. Let's do this. Top 10 greatest England kits of all time. Let's go.
Fucking Paul, come on! Can we not knock it?
So occasionally people say to me, why do you hold the microphone? Why don't you clip it to your shirt? Well, ladies and gents, this is why. Look at the bloody state of it. Anyway, number 10 on the list. Now, I'm gonna rank these shirts, not just to do with nostalgia, fond memories and stuff, but I'm gonna contrast that, blend that in with the look, aesthetics, the way the shirt looks. So it's gonna be a mixture of good times, memories, and the way it looks. And that's never more evident in number 10, because number 10 in terms of design is probably the most simple England shirt you're gonna ever see, and it is the 1966 away shirt. For obvious reasons, it's the only time we've ever won a major trophy. Everyone knows or can visualise right now that shot of Bobby Moore holding or lifting up the Jules Rimet in that glorious red shirt. Now, essentially, that shirt is basically a glorified t-shirt with an England badge on, as were most football kits back then. Very, very basic, but it's still worn, obviously, now because people want to celebrate the joys of 66. There's nothing wrong with that shirt in terms of design, because it is simple, but obviously it's our fondest memory. Well, not memory for me, I wasn't born until 1989, but for England fans, it's something, one of the only things that we can reminisce about. Now, fun fact, everyone remembers the run Umbro had with the England national team from 1984 to 2012. But did you know that Umbro actually made England kits long before that, such as the one I've just mentioned, the famous 66 kits? They were manufactured by Umbro. Umbro had a run up until 1972, well, from 66 up until 1972, when obviously Admiral took over. But then Umbro took back over after that little Admiral run. So there we go. Did you know Umbro made the 66 bloody shirt? Now, ladies and gents, please excuse the mess here in Football Paradise HQ, but we have number 9 on the list. Now, I need you to not laugh at what I've done to this shirt. Those of you who've subscribed will know what I've done to this shirt. Where is it? Oh, it's over here. A beautiful shirt completely destroyed by a young man's choice of numbering, number 69. But this is number 9 on the list, not number 69, although it probably should be number 69 on the list. We've got England's away shirt, the red one from the 2010 World Cup in South Africa. Now, as you can see on there, I've even got the South Africa underneath the badge there. This was a special edition one, probably from JJB Sports back in the day, but it's from that little run Umbro had, but it was called Tailored by Umbro, as you can see in the collar over there, Tailored by Umbro. All my shirts are a bit dusty. This is a glorified shed if you are new around here, but look at the state of that. My name is Ryan, and for some reason nobody called me Rydog ever, so I don't know why I decided to get Rydog 69 on the bloody back. How old would I have been? You know, I can't even blame this on age. It must have been like 1920s. So the Tailored by Umbro range I thought was fantastic. They were very, very basic designs, but they were fitted, obviously tailored. And for those of you who don't know, Peter Crouch had his own special Crouchy size shirt. I can't remember what they would put, but they would put something in the little label to identify it as Peter Crouch's shirt. Well then guys, it does fit a little bit more snug than it would have back in the day, but as you can see, aesthetically, apart from the fact that I'm wearing it, but it's an absolutely gorgeous shirt. There we go, number 9, the 2010 red away shirt. So number 8 on the list, again I think it's a gorgeous shirt, and it's the only one I have from recent times made by Nike. I really wasn't a fan, or I'm not a fan necessarily, of all the Nike kits. I've got a fake version of the current home shirt over here. This was like one that was rumoured to be the shirt, so I got a fake version many months ago. Turned out to pretty much be exactly the same thing, but I'd say the current shirt is one of the better Nike shirts. I know the collar is somewhat controversial, but I'm not massively into some of Nike's designs. However, the 2020, Euro 2020, which happened to take place in 2021, the home shirt for me was beautiful. I know it's controversial again. I love central badges. We'll get on to a more famous central badge kit in a moment. But that one in 2020/2021, not only was it a lovely, simple design, but it also obviously brings back fond memories after being locked down, people starting to socialise again, and England doing really well, getting to the final, obviously losing the final to Italy on penalties. But again, a combination of a simple classic design with fond memories. There we go, number 8. Not so many fond memories with our choice at number 7 though. Number 7's kit is a nice kit in terms of the way it looks. It looks beautiful. I almost bought the shirt from Classic Football Shirts last year. I didn't, probably because of not many fond memories in that kit. I would have been very young, but I'm talking about the 94 away kit. Obviously at first glance it looks red, but it's a real dark red. I think it's got a name like Blood Red or something like that. But of course, England didn't qualify for World Cup in 94 in the USA. So anything around that time under Graham Taylor is often mocked.
Oh, fucking hell, we are in trouble.
We've all seen that Graham Taylor documentary. Unfortunately, the kit falls under that bracket, under that category. But in terms of the way it looks, for me it is one of the nicest looking England kits of all time. At number 6, we've got that grey shirt. So these are quite controversial choices, I know that, because the grey shirt, anything grey from the mid-90s was tarnished, was cursed. Everyone remembers Manchester United's grey away shirt from around that time, I think it was 95-96 season, when they changed at half-time versus Southampton. Unfortunately for England, wasn't any more successful. Everyone remembers the grey shirt for the Southgate penalty miss. Gareth Southgate, the whole of England is with you, it's saved, from the Three Lions song. But again, if we step back and we look at it from a design point of view, those Umbro grey kits from the mid-90s, I know Chelsea had a slight version with a bit of orange. I thought they were fantastic, the way they looked. But again, cursed. However, it's made its way pretty high on the list. Number 6, the Euro 96 away kit. So as a reminder, I've taken not only the home kit, the away kit, a third kit, the goalkeeper kits into consideration. Now I'm halfway through the list, but I am going to let you know that I've actually got no goalkeeper kits on the list. I almost put one of the Euro 96 goalkeeper kits. You've got the flamboyant Rainbow Refreshers away goalkeeper kit, but it is, I mean, it's definitely a Marmite kit. There's many people who probably look back at that kit now with rose-tinted glasses and like it, but let's be honest, it is bloody hideous. The home one, however, I think is a lot nicer. When I think of Euro 96, I do think of David Seaman in that kit, saving that penalty versus Gary McAllister versus Scotland. However, moving on to number 5, we've got the 98. Is it the home? That was voted the most popular. Is it the goalkeeper? That was the least popular. No, number 5, I'm going for the away kit for the 98 World Cup. That beautiful red one, probably most known for the game where Beckham scored that free kick versus Colombia. Obviously Beckham's known in the tournament for kicking Simeone, but despite Glenn Hoddle somewhat having a vendetta against him, Beckham again to the rescue for England, and what a beautiful kit that was. I really like the home one. I like the button era. Manchester United had a button as well around that time, but the away, I just think you could wear the away now and it wouldn't look ridiculous. It's got the lovely St. George sort of embroidered within the actual fabric. A lot going on inside the fabric of shirts in the 90s, a lot more than today. Now, a lot of you are going to be quite angry at this, but I've got number 4 as the Italia 90 home shirt. A lot of you will put this as your number 1. Reason I'm over here is you can see the Gaza board game. Remember, Gaza Mania was running wild off the back of Italia 90. But you can see Paul Gascoigne in the distance wearing that beautiful Italia 90 home shirt. Now, I know a lot of you might be thinking, well, why don't you put that beautiful red away shirt? What about that gorgeous light sort of sky blue England third shirt. Well, a lot of people forget that obviously in Italia 90, they only wore their home shirt in all 7 games. Yeah, in all 7 games, England only wore the white. So for that reason, in number 4, I'm putting the Italia 90 home shirt. Now, the third shirt was actually only worn once, and that was post-Italia 90, I think in a game versus Turkey, because they had a bit of white, a bit of red, kind of contrasting, so they chose to wear the third. That was the only time, as far as I'm aware, they wore that third shirt, but it's most famously known for the World in Motion song. That was the official England song for Italia 90, and obviously the main guy from New Order was wearing that blue shirt, so I'm guessing sales of that blue shirt absolutely skyrocketed off the back of that incredible England song, which a lot of people consider better than Three Lions. So we've already had some big hitters in the list, such as the last one. In third place with the bronze medal, I've gone for the 1980/82 because they pretty much look the same to me. If you go on Football Kit Archive, they've got the 1980 England kit made by Admiral, separate from the 1982. I know they're years apart, but they look the same to me, basically the same design, and it's the design you see a lot of the older England fans repping. A lot of us, I say youngsters, I'm by no means a youngster, I'm 35 years old now, but my generation might rep stuff from Euro 96, France 98 and so on, maybe even Italia 90. But no, our dads will represent that amazing design by Admiral. Again, early 80s design. Now, I've gone for the home version, even though my mum recently has been repping the away version. The red one's really nice, but I think when you look at the red, white and blue along the top, I think it pops, it stands out a lot more on the white home shirt than it does the red away shirt. It's weird because when you look back at old England tournaments or games they played in tournaments many years ago, England fans would always rep the Union Jack, so you would see a lot of red, white and blue, and obviously it's a very British design, that shirt. It's only since Euro 96 that's been hosted here in England that fans rep the St George. Just look at Italia 90, there is some St George's flags knocking about, but there's a lot of Union Jacks. It's weird, the change. People were very proud to be British, and then they kind of, I think people still are proud to be British, but obviously we're individually proud to be English, Scottish, Welsh, Northern Irish and so on. Another reason I don't wear the microphone here is it completely ruins your shirts, even though I've ruined this one myself. We're on to the final 2 guys. What is going to be in second place? Well, it's behind the camera. I don't expect a lot of people put this in their top 2, but for me, an absolutely bloody gorgeous shirt. This is the 2002 shirt they wore for the 2002 World Cup in Korea and Japan. I love it because not only is it simple, it's obviously a very Umbro design, but it's simple, but it's got that red stripe, of course, going through the badge. It's very English. It's got the blue trim around the outside, so it sticks to England footballing colours. But I love the incorporation of the St George's Cross, essentially. I know they toyed with it. The next design, they had a bit of red on the collar and the red stripe on the sleeves, and then obviously the year after, I think it was 2006 maybe, they had a kind of St George on the shoulder. I love that era of Umbro kits, but I think this is the very best of them all. For some reason, when I think of this kit, I think of Emil Heskey scoring in that 5-1 win versus Germany. In Germany, weirdly they wore the home shirt in that game, even though the game took place in Germany. So fond memories in that shirt, the design's great, and that's my number 2 on the bloody list. Right, let's do away with the microphone for our final shirt choice. It's an obvious one, guys, and it is covered in beer after that game yesterday. I was moaning throughout most of the game, but obviously, like most England fans, I was cheering away, spilling beer by the time that Bellingham overhead kick went in. Of course, I'm talking about, let's hold it up from about there, because as you can see, absolutely filthy along here. This is the one from Euro 96. This is the 96 home shirt. Now, I love that era when Umbro kind of, what was it, like the late noughties, early, sort of like 2010-ish era, the tailored by Umbro era. They almost phased out the blue. They went very white with little hints of red, and it was very St George's Cross vibes. And around that time, I love that. I celebrated that. But in terms of aesthetically, even though there's no blue in our national flag, obviously there is in the Union Jack, this, I mean, really isn't very English. But it is, isn't it? Because when we see that shade of, what even is that? Like it's not even a sky blue, is it? But that little version of blue, they had that on the last kit, which I didn't really like, to be fair, the one Nike did. But when people see that blue, they think of Euro 96. The blue, the light blue around the numbering. Obviously I've got Gascoigne here. Everyone remembers this shirt for Gazza's goal versus Scotland. The flick over the head, slotted away. I mean, the first half of that game, people forget, we were bloody awful. I watched back that game on ITV because they're showing back old Euro 96 games. And we often look back at the tournament with rose-tinted glasses because there were many average moments in that tournament as well. But there's enough great nostalgic moments worn in this shirt. The fact that it's got a central badge, and I said I loved a central badge. The Umbro, nice and simple, doesn't have the diamond logo, even though I do love that logo. For me, it's aesthetic, it's beautiful, and again, very nostalgic, even though we got knocked out in the semis versus Germany. That's my favourite England shirt of all time, guys. Do you agree? Is this the greatest England shirt of all time? Let us know in the comments below. Let me know if I've been absolutely ridiculous in my choices for a top 10. It's all good, it's all fun and games, and I'm buzzing for this weekend's game. Am I buzzing? I'm more nervous and apprehensive. But for some reason, despite poor performance after poor performance, I still get excited to watch England games. It's crazy, isn't it? That blind optimism will see us through. Stick the thumbs up, and I'll see you tomorrow for another top 10 video.
Oh, here's Gascoigne. Gascoigne, he can finish it here! Paul Gascoigne! 2-0!
What sort of thing is happening here?